Beginning. The day everything changed. I never thought a routine supply run would be the reason my name showed up on half the Galactic Council's security alerts. But that's exactly what happened. My name is Rian Calder, a civilian engineer under contract with the Terran Reconstruction Corps. We built stabilization grids, repaired colonies ravaged by the last war, and tried to convince the galaxy that humans weren't the unstable, war-hungry monsters everyone assumed. That reputation wasn't entirely undeserved. Humans fought brutal, chaotic, unpredictable battles. No species could predict our tactics, not even us, which is why most galactic civilizations preferred to avoid us entirely. So when I arrived on Aster 9, a crystalline moon belonging to the Vrel Dominion, I made sure to follow protocol perfectly. No sudden movements. No raised voice. No touching anything that glowed purple. No making eye contact longer than 2 seconds. The Vrel were notoriously strict and short-tempered, especially toward humans. So imagine my surprise when not even 20 minutes after landing, I accidentally walked straight into the fury of one of the most feared Vrel warriors alive. And her fury was aimed directly at me. The moment she yelled at me, the crystalline hallways of Aster 9 always echoed, which made every sound travel. So when I turned the corner and bumped into someone, my instinctive apology blasted through the halls louder than intended. Sorry. She spun around. Her eyes, silver with streaks of molten gold, locked onto mine. Her mandible-like side plates flared, the Vrel equivalent of baring teeth. She was tall, maybe 7 feet, armored in a living exosuit that pulsed like breathing metal. And she yelled, "You dare make contact with me, human?" I froze. Every survival instinct I had screamed, "Say nothing. Move slowly.
Don't die."
But then something unexpected happened. She hesitated. Her eyes narrowed. Her plates relaxed slightly. "Wait," she said softly, voice dipped in confusion. "You didn't recoil." Recoil? Most species sprinted away when a Vrel warrior shouted at them. I slowly raised my hands. Should I? Because I definitely can, if that's required. Her expression shifted again. Less rage, more bewilderment. "Why are you apologizing?" she demanded. "Because I bumped into you?" "That is not," she inhaled sharply, like she couldn't find the right words. "Most humans scream and flee." "Well, I'm not most humans," I said before thinking. Her plates twitched. A sign of interest. And then, completely out of nowhere, she said, "Follow me."
Just like that.
No explanation. No chance to decline. I didn't know at the time, but that single moment would change not only my life, but the fate of her entire people. The secret she didn't want me to know. She led me through a labyrinth of tunnels until we reached a chamber carved from glowing amethyst crystals. It wasn't military. It wasn't official. It wasn't anything that should have existed. "What is this place?" I whispered. Her voice lowered. "A place no other human has ever seen."
Great.
That made me feel safe. "Okay, why am I seeing it?" She turned to me, eyes luminous in the purple glow. "My name is Tshara Vexwilel," she said. "High Warlord of the Vrel Dominion." I almost choked. The High Warlord? She was basically a living legend, a warrior who had fought humans in the previous war. Someone who supposedly hated us. And here she was, alone in a hidden chamber with me. She continued, "You did not flinch when I yelled. You did not cower. And, more importantly," she stepped closer, "you did not fear touching me." "That was an accident," I muttered.
"Yes.
"But you did not recoil." Her gaze sharpened. "I require a human who does not fear me." That sounded ominous. "For what exactly?" I asked. She hesitated again, longer this time. The Vrel Dominion is dying. The words hung in the air, heavy and startling. Our energy cores are destabilizing. The crystal network is fracturing. We have tried every Vrel solution. None work. And we would never admit this weakness to the galaxy. I swallowed. And you think a human can help?
No, she said.
I think you can help. Me specifically? You built the stabilization grids on Vega 3. You repaired the collapsed hyperbridge on Telos Prime. You survived an explosion that should have killed you. She leaned closer. You do not break. My heartbeat thudded. You've been researching me? Yes. Her plates glimmered. For months.
Why?
And then came the first truly surprising thing she said. Because I need someone strong enough to tell me the truth, even if it angers me. So, you yell at people often? I asked. I yell at everyone, she said matter-of-factly. But they always run.
She paused.
You did not. I exhaled slowly. Okay. So, what's the real problem here? And why bring me alone? Her voice softened, a tone I didn't expect from a warrior like her. Because if the Dominion's heart crystal collapses, she looked away. Millions of my people will die. And for the first time, I saw fear in her. Not anger, not dominance, just fear. I stepped closer. Show me the damage. Her eyes widened, stunned, almost relieved. You would help us? Help me. Yes, I said simply. That's what humans do. We fix things. She blinked rapidly, silver eyes shimmering. And the unthinkable happened, she whispered. Thank you. A Vrel High Warlord thanking a human. If anyone else had witnessed it, they would have called it impossible. But that was only the beginning of the impossible things that would follow. The true danger revealed she led me deeper, to a core chamber where the Dominion's heart crystal floated between suspension fields. It pulsed violently, cracks splintering across its surface. How long has it been like this? I asked. 3 cycles. 3 cycles. That's Shara. This thing could wipe out half the moon. Yes. Her jaw tightened. Which is why we are here alone. If my advisors discover how unstable it truly is, they will begin a war to seize new territory, believing conquest is the only solution. And you don't want that. No, she looked at me. I want peace. That surprised me. You fought humans in the war, I said softly. I did. She nodded. But I learned something about your kind. What's that? You are destructive, she paused. But you are also creative. You build as fiercely as you destroy. I frowned. That's a compliment, right? It is the highest I can give, she said. I stepped to the console and began running diagnostics. It's worse than I thought, I murmured. How bad? She asked. If we don't stabilize the harmonic flow within the next 6 hours, the whole moon goes up. She flinched just slightly. What do you require? Trust, I said. She blinked. Trust.
Yes.
I'm going to need to shut down safety systems, reroute energy, and probably rebuild half your core structure. She hesitated again longer. Very well, she said eventually. You'll have access. But, I added firmly, I'll need your help too. Mine. Her plates twitched. I am not an engineer. I don't need an engineer, I said. I need someone who won't panic. Someone strong. Someone who can hold the suspension field steady while I work. Her eyes widened slightly. You believe I am strong? Yes, I said honestly. Stronger than anyone I've ever met. Her breath caught, barely audible. Then she said, Tell me what to do. The repair, a test of trust for hours we worked together, despite the growing threat, the crystal cracks spreading like lightning frozen in time. At one point, the suspension field faltered, releasing a shockwave. The blast hit me full force. I staggered. Shara reacted instantly. She caught me, arms strong, steady, supporting my weight effortlessly. Her face hovered close. "Are you injured?" she demanded. "Just rattled," I said. "I'm okay." She didn't release me right away. "You humans," she whispered. "Why do you risk so much for others?" "Because someone has to," I said softly. She swallowed. Then slowly, hesitantly, she pulled me back to my feet. "You cannot fall," she said quietly. "Not now." "I won't," I promised. We kept working. Sweat clung to my skin. Energy fields roared around us. Crystals sang with harmonic resonance that sometimes felt like screams. But through it all, Shara stayed steady, her presence unwavering. At last, we reached the final phase. "One more connection," I said, "and the flow should stabilize." "Do it," she said. I reached into the housing chamber. Then a violent burst of energy snapped through the core. The floor trembled. The field collapsed. Shara lunged, not away from danger, but toward me. Her arms wrapped around my torso, shielding me as the chamber erupted in blinding light. We hit the ground hard. Silence followed. And when the light faded, the crystal floated, stable, glowing with calm, even pulses. "We did it," I whispered. Shara didn't move right away. Her arms were still around me, and she whispered back, "No, you did it." But her voice was different now, soft, warm, and filled with something I didn't expect from a warlord. Something almost like admiration. Or more. The moment everything changed slowly, she rose to her feet and helped me up. Her eyes burned with a new intensity as she studied me. "You protected my people," she said. "At risk to your own life." "That's what allies do," I replied. She stepped closer. "Human," she said softly. Rian called her. Hearing my name in her voice sent a strange warmth through me. She continued, "When we first met, I yelled at you. I believed humans weak, fragile." She shook her head. "I was wrong." She reached out slowly, hesitantly. Her clawed hand brushed my arm in a gesture that seemed symbolic, intimate, meaningful for her species. "You are stronger than any warrior I know," she whispered, "and braver than any Vrel who serves me." My heart stuttered. "Shara," she inhaled deeply, gathering courage. Then she said the words I never expected. "I do not wish this alliance to end." "What do you mean?" I asked carefully. "I want you to stay," she said. "Not as an engineer." Her gaze softened. "But as someone I trust. Someone who stood his ground. Someone who sees me, not as a warlord, but simply as Shara." Her hand slid down my arm and gently took my wrist. "Will you remain by my side?" I stared at her. This towering, powerful warrior who once yelled at me without hesitation but now trembled with vulnerability. Slowly, I nodded. "Yes," I said. "I'll stay." Her plates flared, not in anger this time, but in a Vrel expression of joy. And then she whispered something that changed everything. "I am glad that you did not run from me." Ending. A new future in the following days. Word spread quietly among the highest ranks of the Dominion. The heart crystal had been stabilized. The moon had been saved. The High Warlord had chosen a human advisor. A trusted human advisor.
Some were shocked.
Some outraged. Some curious. But none dared question Shara.
And as for me,
I walked beside her through the crystal halls, no longer as an outsider, no longer as a man who had stumbled into her anger, but as someone she relied on, as someone she respected. as someone she wanted close. One evening, as we stood overlooking the glowing cityscape, she spoke softly. Rian, when I yelled at you that day, I expected fear. I know, but you gave me something else.
She turned toward me.
You gave me reason to believe that humans are not weak. And she hesitated, voice trembling, that I do not have to face my burdens alone. I smiled gently. You don't. Her hand brushed mine, tentative but deliberate, and she whispered, I am grateful. For you. In that moment, under the shimmering light of the stabilized crystal, I realized something. She wasn't just the High Warlord. She wasn't just the warrior who once yelled at me. She was someone who had found trust where she least expected it. And someone who had given me a place, not as a stranger, but as a partner in a new future. A future neither of us had seen coming. A future born the moment she yelled, then hesitated. And everything changed.